So I've got a couple of other solutions for this particular problem. It's more like from experience point of view. So when you look at the question, you kind of have this feeling of what the answer would be. Now, there is a different way out to actually get this problem done. So if this methodological solution is kind of making you happier, let's see an easy way around. So for this particular question, you can find the answer the moment you know the track, right? So for that, let me just kind of get rid of this particular picture over here. Perfect. Now let me draw this particular figure quite simpler for you. This is the equator, and point A is on 130 degrees east, right? The track from A to B is 225 degrees, all right? Which means at the end of the journey, so you're traveling from A towards B, and it's more like a southwesterly travel. So I kind of left you with this particular question mark in the previous video, if you must have noticed, and I did, to my surprise, and just as I expected, I did get a couple of brilliant answering exactly in the way what I'm trying to explain to you right now. So what we explained earlier was a kind of a methodological way of doing it. Since we are moving in a southwest direction, what you can understand is that the latitude is going to increase in a southerly direction. Therefore, you can definitely say that option Bravo cannot be the answer. So which kind of completely rules out option Bravo, because option B says that your point B is going to be on a northerly latitude, which is definitely wrong, because you're traveling from the equator towards southwest direction, right? That leaves you with option Alpha and option Charlie. Now there lies the point. You are moving southward, at the same time you're also moving westward. So from an easterly longitude, when you move westward, the value of the longitude, the value of the meridian, which is the longitude, is going to reduce. You're currently on 130 degree east. Look at option Charlie. The option Charlie says that you've kind of increased your longitude, and for that to happen, you have to probably travel in the easterly direction from an easterly longitude or a meridian, right? So that leaves you with the answer Alpha. So right from the question, look at the question, it is 225 degrees true. From A being on the equator, that'll get you the answer straight. But you should need to have some kind of an experience to get that done. So what we did earlier in the previous video and the first half of this video is the proper way of doing it. And what we did towards the end, what I explained to you towards the end, is the quickest way of doing it for the exam. All right. Now, whenever you draw a diagram, so I've generally seen that, say for example, you're traveling westward. In this particular example, you can see from A, you're traveling westward. And if I draw the longitude or the meridian of A here, now I will not have enough space to kind of show you my southwesterly travel. So you must have some kind of that orientation of directions. When I see travel in 225 degree, I automatically shift my meridian further to the east so that I have enough space to play around towards the west. Right, so a couple of small things which you can really think about if you want to kind of learn it in a more efficient way. All right, so if you have understood this second way and the first way, that's it. Then you can definitely deploy the second method for the exam, because that's going to give you the result in like maybe 20 seconds. But be really careful with the directions you're looking at and the options. Now, this might not really be helpful always. In this particular question, the options are given in such a way that you can probably use this technique to find out, but that may not be always the case. And therefore, look at the options and try to figure out the way you can actually find the problem. All right, so that's it. I do have, as I said in the previous video, a couple of questions lined up for departure. Very, very curious kind of questions, which a couple of my students have put forward. So I'll definitely discuss that as well. But I actually have a couple of questions in the chat as well. This is another question which I would like to leave you with before we move on to the next question for the day. And this is exactly a similar type of question. The only thing is that the point P is not on the equator. Try doing this question and have a thought about it. And for now, we will kind of dwell into the next question. So